Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are
Two tired therapists. Welcome to the pod. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. Hello.
Wow, that was a lackluster hello.
Well, there's a lot.
Yes.
Jackie, would you say you're more of a...
Uh-oh. Where is this going?
Would you say you're more of a Floptina Aguilera or a Floptina Turner? How would you identify?
Oh.
And why?
Oh my God. I feel like this is a loaded question. I feel like I don't know how to answer this. How are we classifying Floptina versus Floptina?
Well, a Floptina Aguilera is, you're kind of like known for one thing. And
Okay.
that's about it.
Okay.
And it's, it's okay.
Sure.
But a Floptina Turner is like, you're not very well known, but the people who know you know you.
Oh, then I'm probably a Floptina Turner.
Yeah, I think I would identify as a Floptina Turner as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, there you go.
Then we're on the same
We
page.
got that out of the way.
Here we come.
What would you classify producer Justin?
Probably a Floptina Aguilera.
Yeah. Agreed.
His face is not pleased.
Yeah.
We have a different setup.
We do have a different setup today.
We are not. We typically record on my loft couch.
Yes.
You and I are like a good probably 5 to 6 feet apart.
Pretty far away.
And today we have a different setup. And
today we're in chairs.
We're in chairs. We're sitting. We're facing each other. We're like 3 feet apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then Justin's also in the same room staring
Which
at
is
us.
really scary. Because usually he's in the other room.
Right.
And
we just hear him like the voice of Jesus and the microphone
usually,
or in the headphones sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
or
usually
like,
what we hear.
If we say the wrong thing, he'll come into the headphones and correct us.
Yeah. Do you want me to go back?
Yeah.
Yes, we do, because we don't know what we were talking about, okay?
Right. We've lost it. We have lost our place. It is fine.
So this might be really weird today.
This could be a really good or a really weird episode.
Which
Justin's
is
just
every
laughing so hard
episode,
right now.
really. It's either going to be good or weird. And
We have been having a really good unhinged streak lately. Maybe this episode will probably be unhinged just because of the content.
Oh.
But
yeah.
Before we get into it, Kyle, what are you tired of?
Okay. If I may take a page out of your book.
Oh, sure.
Is that okay?
Sure, yeah.
The weather.
Okay.
The weather lately.
Yeah, it's been
a no.
Yeah.
It's been a no.
It makes it hard to do like
anything. Yeah.
You want to go for a walk, but it's so
you can't.
Fucking
as soon as you walk outside, damp.
Yeah.
Everything.
You're sweating.
Your clothes are damp.
Yes.
You're damp.
Yes.
And all you people out there who said, "Oh, I can't wait for summer." Well, here you go.
Oh my God.
Here you go.
Oh my God. I know.
And it's tired. I do feel sorry for the people who live like in literal deserts where it's like 115 degrees.
They must really like that kind of weather though.
I don't know.
I don't think deserts are humid though necessarily.
Well, I think they have been though with this, global boiling as they call it. Have you heard?
I've never heard of her.
Don't know. Well, she's new. She's new to the block.
Right.
Evidently.
Oh my God.
So it's all you people who said, ew, because winter is my favorite season, and people go, you like winter?
As far as fall's not your favorite season because of Halloween.
I mean, I do love it, but I love layers. I love layers. So fall, it's like, sometimes it's hot. Winter, it is cold. And I can have a sweater, sweats, socks, like a jacket, a blanket.
Yes.
And I'm happy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, people are going, oh, you like, why don't you like summer? Summer's so nice. Is it? Are you sure about that?
I wish for summer and winter, and then as I'm making the wish in winter, I'm like, it's summer, I'm going to be wishing for winter. And the other day, literally, I was like, I wish it was like December. And then I'm like, this is a bad cycle I'm in. It's fine. It's like
I need to do some
little bit of like an abusive relationship. I'm like, I don't want it to be so fucking hot. Yeah. And then when it's cold, I'm like, I need it to be so hot I can't see. And then now it's been so hot. It
sounds like you can't be pleased.
That's probably an accurate statement.
And I get to look at producer Justin's face now.
He's covering his face.
And he is So we should move on before the divorce papers are signed.
Before the divorce papers are drawn up.
Anyways, Jackie, What are you tired about?
So I actually had, well, on my list I had put about the heat, but I will save that for another time.
It's too easy. Low hanging fruit for you.
Well, yes. And
actually, in my list,
you've said it very eloquently.
I put hot ass weather is what on my list it was.
Yeah, I just put the weather being so hot that you're so sweaty and you can't do anything about it. Like you can't. Anyways, you said it way more eloquently than me. So mine is a weird one. I don't know if you have the same preference when you get an iced or a beverage with ice.
Okay.
I am so tired of when you go to like a restaurant or you go to somewhere and you're like, oh, do like light ice or like, but they still fill it to the brink with ice. Yes. And then you like a quarter of the actual drink is only liquid and you have so much ice. I can't stand it. Yeah. I hate whenever we go out to eat and then we get like a pop from somewhere, if they're not filling it for me, I will never get ice because because the machines are cold. It's fine. Also, those machines have like mold in them, like the ice does. Like they hardly ever clean those out.
That's gross.
But I can't stand it when you're like, no, I don't need, light ice or not as much, and then you get the thing and it's like full of ice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, thank you.
Well, a lot of countries don't do ice. It's a weird American thing.
Okay.
A lot of countries.
So I should move to a different country.
So what I'm saying is you should move to a different country.
So I should move.
Clearly you're unhappy with the weather. You're unhappy with the ice situation here.
I would love to live abroad. I have no problem with that. I don't know where I think I would love to live in London. That's where I would go. Justin's like, what?
Would you develop an accent?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go Madonna. No.
Madonna. Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
Married to Guy Ritchie. Just. Hello, Gunna. Could you imagine? You call me or we FaceTime and I'm like, hello, Gunna. And you're like, what?
What are you doing?
You'll be like, what is wrong with you?
Is there someone there?
No, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Famously, I'm not okay.
Well, the ice. The
ice. Fine. I will take that off my list and we will never talk about it again.
It's hard to say.
We probably will. I'll probably bring it up again. Okay. So today.
Next time it'll be there's not enough ice.
Right. I'm like, don't you hate it when you don't have enough ice?
Don't you hate it when you ask for extra ice and you don't
And
get
then
enough?
Justin will clip in this little segment of
the receipts.
Yes.
The receipts.
Like how they do on like, that's my favorite part of like reality shows is it's like, I never said that. And then like they
cut to you saying that.
It's the greatest.
I love it.
Well, speaking of that, sorry, not a good segue. It's a Reddit episode.
It's
been a few months since we've done this. I meant to look and see how long it's been. I don't think it's been super long, but Reddit is a lawless society where things are posted and people ask for opinions of other people that they don't know, internet strangers, and you get some advice. Some of it's good, some of it's not good. I'm not going to read the advice back. I'm just going to read the stories and you and I are going to react to them.
Yes.
So I have been saving stories since the last time we did this episode. Yes. But I'm going to do it a little differently. So last time I pre-recorded all the stories and then I was like, no, I'm going to read 2 titles and you get to choose the title that I read. And if I feel like I want to read the other one just because it's going to happen. But I got to find where is... Oh, I'm trying. So some of them are mostly bathrooms. So I'm going to try not to put the bathroom stories back to each other. But it's fine. Some of these are Am I the Asshole or like random stories. Okay. So some of them will say Am I the Asshole. So here's 2. Pick one. Am I the asshole for not wearing a bra? Or am I the asshole for asking my brother to pay $30,000 for my engagement ring? So not wearing a bra or asking your brother to pay $30,000 for your engagement ring.
Ugh. Well, I feel like we have to go with engagement ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's actually some updates to this that I read the other day that I might just mention at the end of it.
I'll
just read this.
Don't give us
okay,
that
this
yet.
is a little bit of a long one. I'm not going to read the edits either. Okay, so this is, am I the asshole for asking my brother to pay $30,000 for my engagement ring? Once again, I'm going to read it as it's written. So if it's bad grammatically, that's not me having a stroke. So, okay, it says, I hosted a family dinner over the weekend. My brother brought my nephews 4 and 8 over as well. I used to wear my engagement ring all the time, but lately I keep it in my walk-in closet and mainly wear it for special occasions. While I was cleaning up the dinner table, my nephews went to go play while the adults were still in the outdoor patio, outdoor kitchen area. My brother was not supervising his kids. During this time, my nephews went into the master bedroom without anyone knowing and started playing with everything, including my engagement ring. When we came to look for them, they panicked because they know they aren't supposed to be upstairs, ran into the master bathroom and flushed my ring. We called a plumber in case it was somehow in the U-trap of the toilet and not actually gone, but nope, unfortunately, it was gone for good. We still had the original receipt, so I called my brother. I emailed him a scanned copy as proof of the cost and asked him to reimburse me for the ring my nephew flushed. Immediately, he started calling me an asshole because we are family, and he is just a child. He has refused to repay the cost of my ring. I told him I will be taking him to court for this, and now my entire family is blowing up my phone saying families shouldn't sue each other and just to let it go.
Oh, that escalated. What do you think?
I don't think they're the asshole.
I don't think they're the asshole, but at the same time, I think that should have been protected. That's a $30,000 ring, and you have it just sitting out.
When you're at somebody else's house and you've got kids and you're not supervising them,
lock your shit though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you should be supervising your children.
Yeah, I was gonna say at a certain point you'd be like, at any family function I've been to with my family, if someone's kid is running around, they're like, "Oh, where's my kid? Who's watching them? Who's responsible in that room?" But like, it doesn't sound like that happened in this case. No. I don't know. There's not really there's a lot of edits on it, which I can read if you want. So the first edit says, "No, the ring was not insured. I found out the day after my nephew flushed it. My husband says he forgot, and in the end, he never actually insured it. My brother says he does not have the money to pay even $100 per month and has refused any kind of repayment plan. He said, I live in a nice enough house, and if I want a replacement, I should just sell my car."
Yep.
Do you want
so? Oh my.
So
it's very quickly getting into everyone's the asshole.
Yeah, it's becoming an everybody sucks here.
Yeah.
An ESH.
Yeah.
I feel like the brothers should. $30,000 is a lot of money. I'm not saying you pay the whole thing, but I feel like there should be some sort of gesture of like, if I can give you, I couldn't do this, but if I was like, I give you $10,000, here you go.
Right.
It's a good valuable lesson for the kids, I guess.
Where was the ring?
It was in their master bedroom closet.
So it was tucked away.
Yeah, so it was put away. It wasn't like on
Why would they flush it? That seems like a
Well, would you like to know I went into the store because I was like, I wonder if there's like an update to the update. Because sometimes people go in, they post their original story, and then they post an update. So I was like, I read it again the other day, and I'm like, this is a crazy one. So I went and I looked, and there was a secondary update that actually better explains what actually happened.
Okay.
The title of it is, "Am I the asshole for getting my nephews taken away from my brother and his wife?"
This is the same story?
Yes, this is the same person.
Oh, my.
This was posted about 3 months ago, so this is a little older now. But so it says, about a month ago, I had an incident where my nephews were caught in a part of my house where they were not allowed. They were not supervised by my brother or his wife at all, even though they agreed to watch over their kids the entire time. My nephew claimed to have panicked and flushed my $30K engagement ring. Since then, I did contact my husband's family lawyer and also hired a private investigator because I did not believe my brother, saying he didn't have the money to repay even a minimal amount of $100 per month. Side note, on the original post, this person and her husband make a lot of money. The brother also reportedly to her makes a lot of money, like in the millions per year category.
Oh my.
So I didn't read that part. Yeah. I never found the ring after having 3 separate plumbers come to literally things apart to check, and after calling the water treatment plant. In the end, it was my private investigator who tracked down and found my ring at the pawn shop. Turns out my nephew never flushed it. They stole my ring to be pawned for money. I did get my ring back from the shop. My brother may live in a $3.5 million home that was gifted to them by my parents and a household income of $250K a year, but I now believe he has no money to pay me back. Turns out he goes to the casino 4 days a week with his wife while leaving my nephews 4 and 8 totally unattended.
Oopsies.
My PI kept track, and this happened for an entire month consistently. I was livid, so I told my brother I'd be willing to drop asking him to pay me back for the ring if he and his wife would go to rehab for gambling addiction.
Oh my.
I would pay the cost, but he refused. Isn't that nice? Your brother... Damn. My husband wanted to take in my nephews, but I absolutely do not trust them after what happened and do not want them on our property. I considered calling child services, but told my parents instead. They showed up at my brother's house at a time when he was at the casino to see for themselves. They found my nephews with no food, and there was supposedly evidence of drug use.
And how old were they?
4 and 8.
Oh my.
I did not directly see that part myself, but that is what my parents told me. My parents immediately took custody of my nephews instead. My parents are elderly, so I've paid for a live-in nanny to stay with them and help care for my nephews. Now my brother's harassing me, saying it is my fault for breaking up his family, and now he's getting mean calls, text messages, email from family for child neglect.
Well,
it seems like natural consequences, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the last thing says, I'm confident that I did the right thing, but it was in the best interest of my nephews to have them removed. But my brother, his wife's family, and some of their friends disagree. They were all spamming me with calls and texts, so I had to get a new number. I'm sure it was the right thing to do, but was I an asshole? No.
I think I think a family intervention is always a good first step in this case than calling DCS or something.
Isn't that crazy?
That's nutsos. Well, why are they? If you're so rich, why are you pawning? Well, I guess you're not rich.
No, the brother sounds like some gambling debt. I think it's a little nutso to call a PI in. To track your brother. That seems a little
above
much. Board. But I guess you never would have found out about the ring and all that stuff if you hadn't done that.
And if you have money, I guess that's fine.
Sure. I would love to have money like that. But track my enemies. But it's fine. Yeah. We can't have that. We can't have nice things.
I'm glad they found their ring. That's great.
Yes, and they got it back, it sounds like.
But boy, did that escalate.
It really did escalate.
Yeah, I would say no, you're not the asshole in that. I think it's great that you didn't get the kids taken away and did more of a family intervention.
Yeah.
Oh my. Wow. Well, if that's how we're starting out, I'm a little.
Oh, here we go.
I'm glad I'm sitting down.
You
today.
ready? You ready for the next one?
Is this the bra one? Or are you gonna
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I won't read the bra one.
Was that just about men and how stupid they are?
It pretty much. Great. It was a guy who's mad about a lady who doesn't want to wear bras because she has hyperhidrosis, which means you sweat a lot. Oh. Which makes sense. All right, here's the next two. You ready? Mm-hmm. Husband wants divorce because I hyphenated our son's last name, or my boyfriend has some gross habits.
Oh, God. Oh, we have to go with gross habits.
Okay, I'm definitely going to read the divorce one because I need your opinion.
That also sounds like men are stupid. Jesus.
Sorry.
Trigger warning, it's gross, evidently.
It just says, the first sentence says, my boyfriend has some gross habits. That's the first sentence.
Sure.
My boyfriend is honestly so gross sometimes. He has a perpetually stuffy nose, and I have found boogers on the walls, in the shower, on the hand towels. Whenever I hear him blow his nose, I get triggered. This morning we are in bed sleeping, and I hear him blow his nose like 6 times, loud as hell, etc. I turned around on the last one because it was annoying and there's nothing visible that he's blowing his nose into. So I ask him where the fuck he's blowing his nose into, and he says his hand.
Ew.
He said God damn it. He has been blowing his nose and wiping his boogers, God only knows where, on the blanket we both sleep on. With the sheets, I am sick and disgusted thinking about this. He's 33 and I'm 26. We've been together for a bit over a year, probably approaching 1.5 years. However, we just moved in together 3 weeks ago. I knew he was gross, but I just can't do this. It makes me so repulsed that I can hardly fathom having sex, etc. Especially since there are probably boogers out on the fucking bed. Every time I bring this up, he gets defensive and says he can't help his nose is stuffy, etc. Part of this was just venting, but what would you guys do if this was your partner? The first comment says, "Okay, that's enough Reddit for today."
Yes, that's.
Isn't that
this
fucking
episode
nasty?
is over. Thank you.
Oh my God! And you can hear me laugh while I read these stories because the first time we did this, I pre-recorded and I had to stop and start. But you're gonna hear me laugh through these stories. That's fine. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. And there are tissues. There are tissues you can put in your pocket.
That, or get a Kleenex box for next to your bed, and then just put them on your nightstand, and then
I've seen people with them in their car, which I'm like, that's weird, but.
Some people do. I used to have like a travel one, but I don't anymore.
Right. Yeah, like you can buy the little ones that fit right in your pocket.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
He is 33.
You're 33.
She's 26. He's 33. He knows exactly what he is doing. He doesn't give a shit.
No.
That's sort of like the weird theme with some of these stories. It's always men. Sorry. It's always men who are doing the gross stuff. And they're always typically above 30, I would say, for the most part. And they just don't care. Like, to me, that means you don't give a shit about your... No. And that's so gross. Right. You know, I get if you sneeze. Like, sometimes you sneeze. Shit happens. But, like, that's nasty.
Or, like, you have a boogie that comes out, whatever.
Sure.
You flick it across the room. Fine.
That's fine. But, like, wiping it on your blanket.
Yes.
Oh, I can't even.
Blowing your nose straight into your... If you're in the shower, fine.
When I first read this, before I got to the part that said he was rubbing it on their blankets, I thought he was going to say he was, like, wiping it on her like leg or something, and
that would be a big no.
No, that'd be this is an immediate breakup for me. It's like we've been living it in her sentence. I knew he was gross. Okay, then why are the standards so low?
I have such a hard time with these stories because all the time I'm like, you're both wrong. Because if you knew this from day one, I understand that's you're not building a relationship off that. But after it kept going and it was bothering you,
no, thank you.
That makes my nose like.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna.
Weird.
I feel like I'm gonna.
Yeah, girl. The call is coming from inside the house. It's time to go.
Oh my God.
It was time to go 6 months ago.
When you wrote the sentence, I knew he was gross. That's your. It's done. We gotta cut. We gotta cut this off. Cut it off like a bad foot or something. We can't have that.
Cut it off like a bad foot.
Yeah, get out of there.
Cut it off like a diabetic foot. Get it out of here. Holy
oh my God,
moly.
it's so gross. Okay, I have to read the husband wants a divorce because I hyphenate because I want your opinion on this.
He wants a divorce?
Yeah, so the title is Husband Wants Divorce Because I Hyphenated Our Son's Last Name. My husband and I have a 2 years son. I'm so sorry. And I want to hyphenate his name. When we were pregnant and we fought a lot on this, I think it was fair both of our names should be used. He said he agreed because he didn't want to upset me when I was pregnant. He says it was the biggest mistake of his life to let me keep my surname after marriage, that he was too liberal for his own good, and it is insulting that he couldn't give his son his name. I have been trying to argue with him that our son has his name.
Right.
He is not budging. I even offered to change his name to only his surname. I even offered to change my surname just for him to drop the divorce idea. He says he doesn't trust me that I could change my name back anytime, and I will do the same to future children that I didn't care about his feelings before, that I don't care about him. That doesn't make any sense. How do I even make him trust me? What else can I even offer to him? He was okay for 2 years. I guess he just hit it in his head. God. How is it not fair for our children both our surname? I'm so sorry. I'm reading this as it's written. Yeah. Should I have changed my name to his? How do I even fix it now? I even asked if there's any other woman that I will forgive him if he's straight. He just denied it and even offered lie detector tests if I don't believe him. Oh my God. I don't want lie detector tests. I want nothing. I just want my family back. We were happy for 2 years. We have everything, and he is gonna just gonna uproot everything. He said he will regret not giving his son a stable family. He adores our son. I will give him what he wants. I don't know how to reassure him. I don't know what to do.
All over a name.
Oh my God. Can you? His biggest mistake of his life was letting you keep your maiden name.
I think there are some red flags there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think the flags are so red.
Yeah.
They're a different color. I don't know what color they are. Orange? I don't know. They're so red.
Strobe light.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Can't even.
I don't even know.
I wouldn't change your name. I'd be like, okay, you want a divorce over something this dumb? Okay.
Okay. Because what are you going to do when it's something important?
Right. What?
Not to say this is important, but clearly you've not been able to have a conversation.
No.
Maybe there's more going on than just the name. Because then they start talking about trust and stuff. What?
Right. Well, then she's like, I asked him if there was another woman. So do you have suspicions that he's cheating on you already? I mean, I don't know what the right answer is. Right. Like, it's just, it's so bad. As someone who changed her name after marriage, because I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it. I hated not being called my actual last name. Mm-hmm. I hate this for her. I feel like you should do whatever you want. I read there's a lot of stories on Reddit like this. It's like, my husband's upset because I won't take his name after marriage. And I never comment on stuff, but I always want to comment on those and be like, don't change your name. Like, don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I think, because what is it? I don't know. What's the big deal?
I don't know. I changed mine to my married name. Well, I didn't change it. I hyphenated it, which was the worst thing ever, because then it makes shit so confusing. Right. You had like doctor's offices. Right. Everything that you've ever done in your life is so much more convoluted. Insurance. I mean, oh my God, it's a nightmare. Right. So then I changed it back to just my maiden name. Went through the whole rigmarole, which was fine. Like it costs some money, and you have to go in front of a judge, and it's fine. It's not that big of a deal, but it does cost like a couple $100. Yeah, it costs like a couple $100. But I would 100% do it over again. I would do it again.
Well, and I think for this guy to say,
regrets.
Like, you not like, changing your name means that I don't trust you and you don't love me.
Right. What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Because she said, too, we were happy.
We were happy, so...
happened. And obviously he agreed upon it, too, so...
Right.
Maybe... Yeah.
I don't know. People are strange. I just think it's...
That's something too silly to get upset about.
I have to read the first comment because it's very good. This person wrote... It said, the biggest mistake of his life, all of that was in caps, was letting you keep your own name. What a blessing that this is his largest mistake. And it says, OP, which means original poster. The biggest possible mistake of your life could occur in the next few decisions. Make wise choices with your eyes wide open. He's showing you something about himself. Believe him.
T.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
That is T. Wow. T. What was that? Let's say that quote again. What was it? Some eyes wide open? What?
I'll read the whole thing. OP, the biggest possible mistake of your life could occur in the next few decisions. Make wise choices with your eyes wide open.
Wise choices.
He's showing you something about himself. Believe him.
That.
I love to say that about people. I'm like, if they're going to act like this, that's
Absolutely,
who they really are.
Right.
I mean, truly, it's a last name.
Right.
And it's so, you could literally just like, in name, you could be like, oh, like use his name instead. Like, I don't know. Like the dogs have Justin's last name when we call the vet. So they have his last name. Like, I don't care. And like when I call them, I say his. I'm like, oh, this is Jackie, and then I say like.
I don't even know what your last name is. I call you a different last name than what Justin's is, but I don't know whose is whose.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they're Well, and the dogs, I like if they were real children.
But if like that's the case too, like, well then why can't it like legally be one way and then you call each other something else on paper, or you sign your name? you know.
Justin and I do like a merging of our last names, like whenever we mail something to somebody, and everybody thinks it's hilarious. And we just do, like, we just have done it for, I think we do it on our Christmas cards now too. Like, it doesn't, who cares? Like, who fucking cares?
Right.
Make up a whole new name. I read stories of people who are like, I made up a whole new name, and it's like a guy writing and saying, like, the family is pissed because he got rid of, like, he dropped his surname and made up a new one with his new wife. Like, they made up a whole new last name together. And I'm like, that's fine too. Who fucking cares? It's a name. Who cares?
Live your life.
People are real weird about like bloodlines and stuff. This is what it really boils down to.
Right.
Bloodlines.
Right. Because it's like, what are you going to do when, like, I don't know, like the kid comes out as gay or something? Like, if you can't agree on a name, good Lord, are you going to agree on that?
Right. Okay.
Probably not.
Are you ready for the next set?
Oh, yes.
It's gonna.
Is it just getting worse? Are you saving some good ones?
Here you got two. I can't remember which one is worse. So here's this. My girlfriend of 7 months and I got tested for STI. She says her results are negative, but does not want to show them to me. That's one. Or, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend the reason she's always sick is because of her poor hygiene? So this is a female hygiene.
You know what?
One.
Let's drag the girls for a minute. We drag the men a lot, so let's. This one has
a large update. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it is a lot of text. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my god. Okay. I don't think I'm in the wrong here, but maybe I'm being unreasonable. I don't know. I, 24 female, have been with my girlfriend, 22 female, for about 2 years now. She's wonderful and I love her a lot. On our very first date, something I noticed was that she didn't seem very concerned with cleanliness. Something to note is that masks were still mandatory where we live, so COVID concerns were very much a thing. We ended our date by grabbing a snack that she wanted us to bring back to her place. When we got there, and she immediately started taking everything out without washing her hands. Maybe I'm just a clean freak, but this surprised me a little. I brushed it off until she excitedly tried to get me to try some charcuterie jelly she had. She did this by dipping her finger directly into the jar and holding it out for me to try. I'm going to gag.
Oh my God.
At this point, I felt pretty icky about it and jokingly said something like, we get a taste of all that stuff we were touching earlier. And get a taste of all that stuff we were touching earlier. We were out and about, public transit, etc. She seemed a little embarrassed, but agreed that it was a little gross, but still didn't wash her hands. This was the first day we knew each other. To this day, I have not witnessed her wash her hands with anything more than water. And even that takes me asking multiple times. She will go about her whole day, use the washroom, etc., without washing her hands. She loves finding treasures when we're out walking around, like abandoned toys, household stuff, clothes, even if they are visibly very dirty. She touches everything and anything and doesn't wash her hands. She also showers maybe twice a week, doesn't use soap there either. The only time she washes her hair or uses soap to clean her body is when I literally do it for her, which she says she enjoys.
Ew.
Isn't that a little weird? This wouldn't bother me so much if it weren't for a few things. She likes to cook for me. She loves to dip her fingers into jars and drink straight from the bottles instead of using silverware and cups. She touches my face a lot, and to be honest, she stinks. And to my main point, she is always sick. She tends to be very sensitive and gets upset if she thinks I'm implying that she is gross in any way. So I try to be as gentle as possible when encouraging her to wash herself. Eventually, I got fed up when she was complaining about being sick again and said that maybe the reason she keeps getting colds, COVID, etc. is because her hygiene isn't very good. She got really quiet, cried a bit, and now thinks that I think she is disgusting, which is kind of true, and cries whenever I bring up washing hands or anything like that. She used to just laugh and brush it off, but now it seems to be really upset by it. I don't know what else to do, and I feel like a jerk, but I don't think I did anything wrong either. There's so many edits, I'm not going to read them all. If you ask some of the questions, I will read what she said, or if you make comments about it, I mean,
PSA, you have to wash
your hands.
This is... You don't have to do it 45 times a day.
No, but you should at least do it after you use the bathroom and when you come home from somewhere.
Right, because let's just put it out there. Men, when you go to the bathroom, you touch your pee-pee. And now everyone you come into contact with is touching your pee-pee. Yeah. And sorry, not everyone wants to.
Right.
Women, you touch your punani.
Yeah.
Do you not? I think you do. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't. I mean, because you wipe it, don't you?
Yeah, but you're not wiping. If you're using toilet paper, you're not going to touch it directly, but you should still wipe. Or you should still wash.
When you go number 2, you are putting your hand in your butt. Like, yes, there's paper, but germs don't I don't know if people know how germs work.
No, they don't know how germs work. And it's disgusting, but you should at least, at minimum, wash your hands. after coming home from being outside somewhere else.
Yes.
Like if you
touching food.
Yeah, touching food,
touching
like
people.
raw food. I'm not even, I guess I should make that disclaimer. If you're touching raw food, then yes, you should be.
Or if you're picking up treasures.
This bitch is always sick because of that.
You're picking up probably a toy that some crack addict had.
What if they put it up in their butt and then they put it on the street? People
you
are
don't
so
know what
gross.
people are doing. Like
terrible.
So
terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely.
Nasty. There's so many edits. I don't want to read them all, but
so the shower thing. You gotta. You don't have to wash your hair. That's fine. Whatever. But again, the punani. We have to wash our places.
Right.
We have to do it.
Our nooks and crannies.
They're not self-cleaning ovens. That is an unpopular. I mean, you don't have to like douche it, but like.
No, you don't. But you need to wash the outside of it.
You need a little soap.
You
don't need to take 3 showers a day.
No, you actually shouldn't take more than one shower a day. Honestly, you probably shower every other day and be fine.
But just even like a quick 5-minute shower where you wash the important parts.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
So this is just what we do.
I do want to read a very small snippet of the update because it explains pretty well why this was going on, and I don't think you'll guess why. Maybe you will. I don't know. Any guesses as to why she was doing this?
Was she depressed?
No.
Was she scared of water?
No. I'll give you one more guess, and then I'll read some of it.
Why would she not be doing this? Because was she raised in a cage? Like we talked about.
No.
Was she the girl raised in a cage and had to poop in a bucket?
No. No. I'm skipping a lot of this update, but I'm going to read one small little paragraph about it. So this person who wrote in said she talked to the girlfriend. She thought about it. She was like, this is like upsetting my boundaries. Like I've asked you to shower or whatever. So this is part of it. It says, so she writes, so I very plainly asked her, why doesn't she wash herself? She cried, sobbed about how gross I think she is, but I asked again. And eventually she told me that she just likes it when I do it for her. She wants to feel pampered and cared for, and it is definitely a kinky thing. She wants to be a dirty pet that I can clean up, and she thought I was into it. That's it. No other reason.
No. Dark-sided.
It is mess. Evil.
There's evil here.
Evil.
Okay, but
I didn't see that coming when I was reading. I was like, oh my god! I figured because in an earlier update she talks about like the girlfriend has autism and ADHD, which I highly doubt those are the real diagnoses, but it's fine.
No. Even people with ADHD and autism shower. So that's a no.
Yeah.
That's a big no.
Yes.
And oh my goodness. No.
Gross.
I would never, live your life, girl. Love that for you. But why did we have to go through this? Why couldn't you said that in the beginning?
Right.
Let me be your little dirty pet.
Right.
But we had to go through all this? No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No.
No.
Well, let's take a break. And then we'll read a few more.
I need
Jesus.
I need Jesus.
I need to call Jesus. We need to talk. I need to
invite him.
I need
back
to confess all my sins. I need him to wash away all the sins. I need to be baptized and reborn.
I need to be his dirty pet for him to wash and make clean again.
Could you what would you I don't even know what I would do. I'd be like, "What? Why?"
I would be like I love that for you, and I'm glad that that's your thing. That is not my thing.
Right. I'll just say this as a PSA to everybody, a public service announcement. If you've got a kink and you have a partner and you want them to be a part of it, you need to talk to them before that happens. You must communicate. That is not okay to involve people in your whatever kinks, sexual whatevers. You have to tell them. You have to tell them. That's not nice. Right. That's rude. That's actually like the number one rule of like the kink communities. You have to like have consenting people. Yes, there's consent,
there's boundaries, there's right. Because again, reality is the two of you she cannot wash you every day.
Oh my god, that's like you're the parent. Oh no, cracked.
Dark
all right,
sided.
we're taking a break. We have to. We're gonna talk to Jesus.
We'll be right back. And we're back. And
for more Lawless.
Well, and just so everyone
flawless
knows,
stories.
Producer Justin and I did go to the restroom during the break.
Did you wash your hands?
We did wash our hands.
Good, I'm glad.
I want everyone to know.
Good.
So, thank you.
Okay.
We went separately. Just it sounded kind of weird how I said it. We didn't go together. I'm so sorry. Anyways.
Not like how some girls do it.
Wasn't a girls' trip.
Yeah. It wasn't a girls' trip.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Here's the next set of...
Okay.
Correct house stories. Okay. I think I'm going to have to read both of these, but I'll let you pick the first one. Okay, ready? My boyfriend of 4 years has been collecting and freezing our dog's poo. Or I have lost sexual attraction to my boyfriend of 3 years because he consistently leaves shit on the back of our only toilet seat. I sent you the title of this.
Oh, you did this one. You did this one. I don't really like either of those. I'm going to delay the dog poop one and tell me about the
sexual attraction one.
Attraction.
Okay.
Leaving shit on the back of the toilet.
This one's rough as well.
Oh no.
I am at my wit's end. I have talked to him. We have come up with solutions like Lysol wipes right by the toilet, rearranging the area around the toilet, buying and installing a bidet, etc. And it has gotten a little better, but still, at least once a week or so, there's shit on the back of the seat. I sit half on the seat now because I'm always scared of it being there. I have had this conversation at least 6 times. Usually he is defensive at first, then embarrassed, then he cleans it more for a while, and then it just degrades again. Honestly, it feels like I'm with someone who genuinely doesn't care about himself anymore and is fine being, for lack of a better word, gross. When I met him, he showered twice a day. Now maybe it's every 2 or 3 days, and he's a big, active guy, so it needs to be at least once a day, especially because he apparently is not cleaning his ass very well. It is at the point where I can smell a lingering odor on all the soft surfaces he uses in our house. Our house even has a smell to it on hot days. I am heartbreakingly disgusted by my home, my life, and ultimately him. Oh my God.
No.
I can't think of him sexually now. I no longer get excited to see him take off his clothes because I'm afraid of seeing shit or smelling something or God, I don't know. It is really hard to want to have sex with someone when you can you almost sit in their shit multiple times a month. I can't figure out this situation because it's so fucking ridiculous. We have a life, we live together, we have a dog together, we have a life together, but I'm feeling genuine disgust multiple times a week. I know probably I sound like a monster here, but I am half angry, half crying as I write this. Is this really enough to kill my love for him? But also, why isn't he prioritizing this? I have told him multiple times that it is awful for me. He understood and cleans and gets better for a while, but it keeps happening. How do you not care? How do you just live like that? How can you treat your partner with so little regard as to keep leaving your shit smeared on something they also use? I might have to put that sentence on a t-shirt. Seriously, it's a great question. Has anyone dealt with this? Has anyone ever come back from feeling disgusted by their partner? Everything I have experienced, heard, has said that disgust is the harbinger of relationship death. I don't know what to do anymore.
What are...
Is he like leaving? Like to me, I'm reading it as he's leaving like an upper decker. You know, an upper decker.
I don't think I want to know what it is. So let's move on. What? An upper decker? What is that?
It's when you shit like on the toilet seat, like on the up, like.
How?
You're just like shitting, like you're hovering and you're just shitting. What? I'm wondering if this guy's like, well, I bet he's not hovering, but it makes me wonder if he is hovering or he's having explosive poos.
That's my first question.
That's literally what I think.
What are you doing to like on the back, like?
I think it's like the back part of the toilet.
Like not where the water is, but kind of like that bottom part you always have to clean.
No, I'm thinking it's like the toilet seat. Like it's getting on top of the toilet seat, like the back
like
part
where
of
you sit.
like where the top of the lid is. Justin was just shaking his head at us.
I don't know, but that's my question of like where I was picturing kind of that like the flat surface behind the lid.
I'm thinking it's on top of the lid.
How? Regardless.
Toilet seat. When I think seat, I think the literal like seat part, the part
or
that
like
goes
the
up.
Under part.
No, I'm not thinking the under part. I'm thinking of like on top of the seat.
So that's so.
So like he's either sitting too far back or he's having explosive poos.
But either way, how?
Yeah, I love that you and I are debating this right now.
Either way, well, because my question is how?
Is this a medical thing? I don't know.
Right, like if you're having explosive poos that much, you got to go to the doctor. You need to go. Like, I'm not even being funny. You need to go to the doctor.
I think the first thing is this guy needs to go to the doctor for, if nothing else, for the poos. Secondly, maybe the depression.
But if you're clearly, but if you're okay, Justin now has a whiteboard and is circling the top of the horseshoe part of where you would sit.
Right, but that's on top of the seat.
See, I'm thinking like...
So draw the... like, this is...
Right.
So I'm thinking it's on the seat part. So, like, what you actually sit, that's where I'm... That's not... So,
yeah,
that's
how are you... Like, and if you're sitting incorrectly... Thank you, producer Justin, with the visuals.
Ran for the...
Literal ran out of their mind. Like, what is happening? But if it's not that, and it's just how you're sitting, it's... honey, it's not complicated.
Oh my God.
Like, what are you sitting too? Yeah, are you sitting too far back?
He's either sitting too far back or he's having explosive poos.
It doesn't sound like he's like a overweight person.
No, it sounds like he's very active, maybe muscular. I don't know.
So it's not like there's too much booty there. And
no,
it's just a hope and a prayer that it all gets in the little hole. So there's a lot of questions with the logistics for me. First of all,
well, and the showering, the less showering is also an interesting point. Again, if you're not going to go to the doctor for the poos, maybe go for the depression.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
There's something. Well, I don't know.
And then it sounds like he's not wiping. He's probably one of those guys that, you can't wipe because it's gay.
Well, and she's saying the soft surface, their home smells.
Well, yeah. Because he's probably not washing his hands when he wipes, and obviously he's not wiping properly.
Could you imagine like being this person's friend and she like invites you over and you go, and then it's like
you're
there, and then then you don't know it, and then you go, and then it smells, and then she wants to come, you come over, and you're like,
I would say, Becky, I'm sorry,
I can't. Your house smells like shit.
Your house smells like shit, and I can't do it. And she'd be like, I know.
And then I'd be like, what are you doing about that?
What do you? Yeah.
Do you need an exit plan? Do you need help?
What are you doing for self-care
today? Right. Right. What's your self-care plan for the day? I'd be like, do you need help? Do you need help moving? Like, what's like?
Do you need a shelter? Is something going on? Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I can't.
I don't even have anything to say other than what are we doing?
And she knows, and she's like, it's been bad. So it's like, this is your standard. Like, your standard
is
so low.
Again,
I saw a post. Yes, there was a post or a comment on like a similar type of post that was like, are your standards really this low? Like, are your standards really this low?
We get to this point in the store where I'm like,
but again, this guy's over 30.
What are you doing? There are plenty.
He's 31.
People always like, oh, but I love him.
I don't care. If you're leaving poo-poo on the toilet, we're done.
But like even 6 months in, when you knew this was happening, there are other guys out there who don't do this.
Right.
So
you just got to find them.
But they're out there.
I'm just imagining like swiping through a guy on Tinder. You go to meet him at the bar and you're like, do you poop on the toilet seat?
I feel like we need to go back. We need to do the dating episode again. And I need to add questions. Have
you ever shat on the back of a toilet seat?
How often do you leave shit? Because it happens. It happens.
Sometimes it happens. And that's fine. And it's fine if you clean it up on your own and there's no remnants of it.
But you can even take just a little toilet paper and clean it up. And then later on, Lysol it, do whatever. Yeah. Like, that's better than nothing.
But it sounds like this guy's literally just leaving it. So there's no way that you wouldn't notice that.
How do you look at that and go, well, I did that. There's shit on the seat. Off I go. To play Tetris and watch the transporter.
After I talked to them one time, whoever it was, and they still did it, it would be an immediate deal breaker. I'd be like, if you like, this is not even funny. Like, this is great. Right to prison.
Right to prison.
Okay. Now I have to reach the dog poo one.
I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, you can do it.
I already have a lot of questions.
They'll be answered.
The first one is why.
Oh, that'll be answered.
Great. I'm sure it'll make everything fine.
This is actually an old post. This is from 2018 that got put up in one of the other subreddits recently. So it says, my boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years. We have lived together for 2. A few months ago, we adopted a dog who is about a year old. He's very healthy and loving, well trained, a perfect dog. My boyfriend has a so-called man cave in our house. It's untidy, so I don't really go in there. He has a fridge and a freezer in there, which I assumed was for drinks and snacks. Today I had some friends over and we ran a beer, so I went to his man cave to see if they had any in his freezer. Turns out he didn't, but he did have a whole fuckload of my dog's poo in there, frozen. It looks like he's been collecting it for a month. There's like 60 bags of poo. What the fuck? How do I confront him about this and ask what's going on? Why would he be freezing my dog's poo? My dog has nothing wrong with him, so there's no reason for his poo to be preserved. No one has told us to do this. What the fuck? I'll add some of her comments. He's been under a lot of stress recently, so I wanted to make sure there isn't some obvious explanation before I go and ask him what the fuck is happening. And he isn't home for a few hours, and I was curious as hell. But alas, there's no explanation other than a prank. I'll update when he's home and we talk. Fucking weird. There's over like 50 doggy bags. He must have been collecting for a while. My dog poops twice a day, but that's let's say half the time I managed to get it first, so he must have been collecting for at least 2 months, unless he's been separating the poo into different bags. This may say, somebody wrote and asked, this may sound kind of odd, but how do you know it was your dog's poo? Size? I mean, I have a Doberman, so he poops a little bit bigger than probably what a human does, so I'm assuming you have a big dog too. And this person wrote back, size small. Well, that's how it looks. When my dog poops and I'm there to pick it up, I look quickly to make sure it's healthy, so I know what it looks like. Maybe that's weird, but I'm not keeping it.
No, I think that's fine.
What'd you do? Go into your significant other's refrigerator downstairs, and there's lots of poo in there. I would literally.
I would go to them and say, "Why the fuck is there a bunch of poo in this fridge?"
There would be absolutely no wait time. I would immediately walk up to them and be like, "Why the fuck do you have poo?"
If they're not home, text them or call them.
Yeah, I would take a picture. I honestly, all I would do is take a picture. If they weren't home, I'd take a picture and text it to them, and with nothing.
I put WTF.
No, I wouldn't even put that.
I would. What?
Do you want your?
Is it Is the so he gives a reason why? Does she find out?
Yes.
Is it?
I will read it to you. But if you want to,
is it legit or is it stupid?
I think it's really dumb, and I don't get it personally, but it's fine.
Because you know what? Just
read it.
Please read it because
This was 4 hours after the original post was made, so this is after her boyfriend came home. So it says, my boyfriend came home and I pretty much asked him what the heck he was doing with the frozen poo. After an initial non-reaction, he put his head in his hands and started to laugh. He explained that his friend from uni is moving to town. His friend and him have an ongoing tradition of gross as hell pranks. They've been in touch recently, just catching up before the move, and his friend sent a box of bird crap to my boyfriend disguised as a box of chocolates. I didn't know about this. Anyway, my boyfriend wanted to get him back by sending him a welcome to town gift from my friend's new boss of steaks, which he would drop off at his house prior to him arriving. By the time his friend arrived, the steak box would have defrosted. Friend would have just opened the box from his boss, and he would open it to just find our dog's poop. I'm glad he's not eating it, I guess. The prank is weird, and he didn't tell me about it because he knew I'd think it was gross and didn't think I'd want to be involved, which I don't really. I'm just so relieved that I told him to send 30 bags instead of his confirmed 65. Now I can get rid of the rest. I've also told him to keep me updated on future pranks so I don't end up thinking he's secretly snacking on our pup's butt nuggets. That's a prank. Isn't that weird? That's not really a funny prank in my opinion.
No,
the bird poop as chocolate is revolting. How do you even get bird poop?
Biohazard.
How do you even get that to get in a chocolate box?
Bird flu? Have you heard of it? Come on.
But how do you even get... So you're scraping bird poo off what? Cars? The sidewalk?
Probably. What is
this? Is so cracked.
What is it with men and poop?
This honestly for me might also be a pretty significant deal breaker. I would have to think about this for a long time.
Because that's
gross.
What? So what? You're taking all this shit and you're going to mold it into a poop?
Like steaks?
And then you're going to come to me and you're going to have sex with me?
Oh my God.
No.
Cracked. I would.
What if he died and she's cleaning out this and found this? She would never have the answer.
No, and I wouldn't be. I would. If it was me, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then I would make up a story in my head that was worse than that. When I first read this, I did not think prank. I was thinking maybe he was doing weird stuff with the poo. Maybe he was doing experiments on it. Maybe he was lighting it on fire in somebody's head. I did not think it was a prank like that.
I thought maybe they were saving it in case I don't know, the vet needed it or something. But then I was like, well, that's dumb because 20-year-old poop is not going to help.
Right.
Oh my God. Men, stop with the poop stuff. You're either pooping on the toilet or you're gathering the poop to send to people.
Terrible.
Stop it.
Terrible.
It almost makes me mad.
Okay.
I need to go to therapy again.
I know.
I can't do this.
Okay. I've got here's the next set. I'll do 2 more. Oh, this is a doozy. My 19 female boyfriend, 21 male, said that I need to learn a lesson for not listening to him. Or my 49 female boyfriend, 44 male, wants to do sleepovers with his friends.
Sleepovers.
Okay, this is a really short one. People, I feel so bad for this. But this is people. I assume most of these stories are real. People accuse people of writing in fake, but I don't know. I'm going to assume all of these stories are real, but
we're assuming.
So it says, I, 49 female, and my boyfriend, 44 male, have been together for 10 years. He's very immature and depends on me for rent and living.
Oh, I'm already out. Thank you.
Oh, just wait.
No,
that's the first 2 sentences. He has a job but has child support, then spends his paycheck on weed, video game memberships, cartoon figurines, and then likes to go out with his friends. He only gives me $100 per paycheck. I work 2 jobs to support us. If I ask him to do anything, he calls me lazy. I'm just about sick of all this, and I fantasize about him moving out, but he can't because he can't afford it. Who fucking cares?
Who fucking cares?
The thing that is bugging me lately is that he likes to have sleepovers with his friends. I get that if you want to have a bender once or twice a year with old buddies and stay someplace, so you don't want to drive home, but this is twice a month. So you're deep. Oh my God. All I know is I want some peace after 10 years. We should have it. Am I overreacting here? The sleepovers are a bit weird, right? The weird fucking thing is that he's paying $100 a check for you, and you're basically bankrolling this guy to smoke weed and play video games, and he's 44 years old.
Yep.
And you've been together 10 years.
Yep.
Sunk cost fallacy right here in play. You know what that is?
I don't.
It's basically like you are going to keep throwing everything into your crappy relationship because you think
it works.
Well, like, because you don't, because it's too hard to start a new one with somebody else. I'd be like, no, $100 per paycheck.
It's so much easier because guess what? All that stress gone with him. You have so much money now.
Now you have all your money. You can probably quit your second job.
Thank you.
$100 child support. So so he has kids. Doesn't sound like he's seeing these kids if he's going on a bender twice a month.
No. No.
Correct.
She currently has a child. That's what she's doing.
She's got a 44-year-old child.
44-year-old child. It's a no. And you know what? Again, we get to this point where, no, he's not the asshole. You are. Because it's time to go. It was time to go 9 years ago.
It's probably time to go 9 years and 8 months ago, probably.
Yeah.
Or whenever they moved in together and he just started giving her $100 a check.
Right.
That's crazy.
And then gaslights you.
And you're working 2 jobs and then he calls you lazy. Oh.
No.
I don't advocate for any kind of violence, but I think I would literally say stand up and I'd walk him to the door and then I would literally kick him in the butt and be like, bye.
Bye.
Literally kick him in the ass.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I do have to read the other one because it is also sort of a different take, a younger take on
what
something
was it
similar.
Again? What was it?
My boyfriend said that I need to learn a lesson for not listening to him.
Oh my god.
I met my boyfriend Liam 5 years ago during an after-school project. We became really close friends and started dating a year ago because he told me that he's had feelings for me for a long time and wanted to take things to a romantic level. Ew. I hate that. Yeah. And I really liked him too. So we went on a romantic date and everything went great. A few months ago, he told me he feels really uncomfortable with me skateboarding and said that he wants me to stop because he was afraid I would get hurt. Skateboarding has been one of my hobbies that my big brother got me into since I was a little girl, and there's nothing that would deter me from doing it. It's one of those things in life that makes me happy and exhilarated. Earlier this week, I broke my leg and got a grade 3 concussion while attempting a new trick on the skateboarding ramp. I'm still in the hospital. My boyfriend has refused to come visit me. He said that he warned me that I need to learn my lesson for not listening to him so that next time I will obey him because he's always right. Those are obey him and always right were in quotes. My best friend and my family have all visited me, and my mother and big brother have stayed in the hospital with me most of the time. And I get it. I didn't need his warning, but he could have at least come to see me and ask how I'm doing. Shouldn't he still care?
Well, honey, he doesn't. And so
when the word obey comes up,
yeah,
it's a no for me, dog. Bye.
Yeah. Or someone telling you to give up a passion of yours. That's a red flag.
A big red flag. She's 19. Yep. He's 20. Also, when he said he wanted to take things to a romantic level, I'd have been like, are you okay? Why are you saying it like that?
Right. Is this 1843?
Right.
What's going on?
You're going to court me?
It's
sure.
Time. Girl, you are young. Break up with him.
Bye.
That's an easy.
You're in the hospital. He could secretly think that, but he shouldn't say it out loud.
Yeah. I mean, because you could get hurt.
You would get hurt walking down the street.
Right. So, goodbye.
It's, oh my God.
It's a no for me.
Someone commented, girl, skate away as fast as you can. skate away as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Okay.
Men, come on. We got to do better.
Okay, all right, here, this will be the last one. I just found these literally today. And they're both very cracked out. Am I the asshole for dumping my boyfriend who was moonlighting as my online bully? Or am I the asshole for blackmailing my brother into not proposing to his girlfriend at my wedding? I can read both, but
I hate both of those.
I couldn't believe both of them are. One of them is very psychotic. The other one is terrible.
Which one is psychotic? Is it the second one?
The asshole for dumping my boyfriend who was moonlighting as the story is crazy.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
They both sound juicy.
I'll do the other one because it is pretty good. This is this person. So am I the asshole for dumping my boyfriend who is moonlighting as my online bully?
Which automatic no. You're not the asshole, so let's...
This person wrote, I wish I was lying or at least motivated enough to sell this plot to Netflix. I, 23 female, have been plagued for the past year by mean, vicious personal texts sent to my social accounts, my emails, and even my LinkedIn profile. They started off weird and cryptic and generally mean, but as time went on, they got more personal, touching on fears and insecurities that I hadn't told anyone close to me about. These started around the same time I met and started dating my now ex, 26 male. It was distressing as all the ways I would think to block this person didn't work. They found all new accounts, emails, etc. I had made, and the torrent of hurtful diatribes continue. On good days, I would just be mildly disgusted and flick them into my trash, but on bad days, I would lay in bed reading them until my eyes hurt. My boyfriend provided me comfort on these days and generally would react very distressed when I told him about the newest message. This weird, almost TV plot thing continued on, and I felt more and more isolated because it was so ridiculous. But it got under my skin. This is where my ex fucked up. He thought a good relaxation technique would be to try edibles.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
I had some before, but he never tried them. He fell asleep promptly after taking them with his laptop open on the couch. Womp womp. I don't snoop until I did, moving it to the table and seeing an open Gmail account and reading the username email associated with the account to be the same as my most current letter from my secret admirer. I started going through all the emails and accounts, fake Instagrams, and even Google numbers, all linking back to, well, I guess him.
Wow.
Cracked.
Wow.
So now I'm sitting here really shifting under my feet while he sleeps behind me on the couch. I woke him up with a hard shake and threw the laptop into his lap, asking what the fuck I was looking at. I locked myself in my room and kicked him out until the morning, sober, and we haven't spoken since. My phones and emails have been quiet for the last 2 weeks, except for a few text messages saying that his only intention was to show me he is a good caregiver and wanted me to associate him with comfort, and that I'm the asshole who doesn't understand him. I feel for him and everything on paper says we should work, but I don't feel this is something I can look past. How will I ever know it's real?
It's not. It's not. Goodbye.
So he made up fake profiles for it sounds like a pretty significant period of time.
Oh, sure.
Bullied you, wrote nasty stuff about you.
Personal things.
Really,
that he was learning about you in real time.
And then
to comfort you.
Took some edibles. His downfall was edibles.
Well.
And then says you should understand what I'm doing.
Right.
I would probably call the police, to be honest, because that's some stalking level shit. Like, I would do a police report.
Sure. I would have taken that laptop and cracked it over my knee and then beat him with it.
I would have taken so many pictures of it, and I would have taken, oh my God, I would have taken pictures of everything. And then I would have
made fake accounts and started bullying him.
Stoop to his level.
Stoop to his... That is...
Isn't that correct?
Sorry, but that's crazy behavior. Sorry, not sorry. It is.
This first comment is literally what I thought. It said, "Oh my God, sweetheart, you are being abused, targeted, and emotionally gaslighted. Yep. He is a sociopath. Yep. That is not normal behavior at all. This is the kind of story that ends up on Dateline. Yep. If you don't want Keith Morrison narrating your murder story, then you need to run this guy who's shown you who he is. Believe him and block him and get the hell away from him. File police report and get a restraining order. He is a psycho. Yes. You are not the asshole, but you are in danger." This
is the moral of today's episode, is that when people show you who they are, believe them.
Seriously.
Please.
Seriously.
Please.
Seriously.
Because that is exactly, that is abuse. It's like the people who like cause accidents and then like want to be the heroes.
Yeah, like, yes. That's fucked.
It's not okay. It's not okay. So yeah, girl, the call is coming from inside the house.
It is.
Please get out.
Oh my God. I would. That's crazy stalker level behavior.
Yes.
Side note, I watched I Am a Stalker on Netflix. It's a series.
Oh, okay.
I recommend it, but it is a little scary.
Well, people do some crazy things.
Now
I gotta watch it.
It's actually not bad.
I'm gonna go home and play The Sims. I've been playing The Sims.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, so we're not talking about it.
It's okay. Well,
offline.
I have to read you this last one because I thought this was very juicy. This is like perfect. This is a perfect ending for this. Perfect. Am I the asshole for blackmailing my brother into not proposing to his girlfriend at my wedding? The answer right now is no, but the story is juicy.
Again, yeah.
My female 27 brother, 24, and I were raised in a very traditional Southern Baptist household. This is very important. I'm just going to say that right now.
Okay.
I got married 2 weeks ago and it went off without a hitch. It was a beautiful ceremony and the reception was a lot of fun for everyone, I think. The only thing that could have messed it up was that my brother, he wanted to ask his girlfriend, Sarah, 27, to marry him at the reception during his speech welcoming my husband to the family. My dad passed away last year and I thought it would be good to have my brother do the honors. Thank God he told me his idea beforehand. My brother didn't know that Sarah, who is one of my best friends, had already told me that she is pregnant. My brother is a youth pastor at our church. Sarah is the choir director. Everyone looks up to them. Juicy. I told him that if he had the audacity to try to include himself in my day, the response to his speech would be me toasting to his new baby. It's brilliant.
Oh, I love that.
He was furious that I knew about it and that I would leverage it against him. I saw red. I said that if he and his girlfriend were willing to go against our beliefs, then I had no problem calling him out. Our fight got loud enough that our mom came in to break it up. And I kept my mouth shut despite wanting to blab right there and then. Like I said, my wedding went off perfectly and my brother proposed to his girlfriend privately at a beautiful little spot in the hotel's grounds after we left the reception. Sarah thanked me for my discretion and for not convincing my dumbass brother not to try and it says horn, but I think it says hone. I think she means hone in on my day when I got back from my honeymoon. We also had dinner with my mom last night and my brother is still salty about the situation though. I don't know why. When I spoke to him to congratulate him on his engagement, he said I was petty to keep him and Sarah from having a moment in the sun.
Oh,
I said that they were 1,000 more appropriate ways for him to propose and that he chose well. So youth pastor gets his girlfriend Prego,
choir teacher
Prego McGrego, and wants to propose at his sister's wedding in front of everybody.
Right.
I would have probably done the same thing. I would have been like, I'll toast to your new baby. Once
Absolutely.
You get, yeah.
So I mean, unless someone thinks that's fine, do not
don't do that.
Get engaged at someone else's wedding.
Did you see that massively viral video from like I don't know how many years ago now, where it's at this wedding, the bride's like gonna go throw the bouquet behind her, and she's like kind of like gearing up to do it. I'm making a weird hand gesture, but she's gearing up. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm the only one experiencing it. It's fine. No one else is looking at
Justin's not looking at it. And she goes to like throw, and then and on the last one, she turns around and walks up to her friend, hands her the bouquet, and then the boyfriend's behind her proposing. I think it's fine if you...
But that's probably agreed upon.
Right. If it's an agreed upon thing...
Consent is important.
Right. That's the other theme of today.
Consent is important.
But I think if that's not it...
But to assume that is the best venue for you and that anyone should say yes to you...
That's shitty. I will say is having a wedding, and if somebody did that, I probably would have punched them in the mouth.
Because guess whose time to shine it is that day? The married couple.
Right. And I'm not big on like being center of attention, but I feel like if I've paid a lot of money, which I paid a lot of money for my wedding... And you're going to show up and then propose to your girlfriend and steal all my free drinks and your free food and my free cake. Right. I will murder you. Right.
You're going
in front of everyone.
You're going to ask your girlfriend pregnant with your bastard child to marry you at my wedding?
Right.
I don't think so.
Jesus does not like that.
Exactly. Well, and in this case,
bless their hearts.
She probably does feel that way.
Oh my God.
That's fine. Whatever. Feel what you feel.
No, terrible.
But to then be mad about it. No. Well, just for the record, any of my friends, if I ever get married, don't ask me to get engaged at my wedding.
I'm going to ask Justin to re-propose to me at your wedding. Could you imagine?
I would be like, you're done.
Goodbye. Oh my God.
Or maybe I'll let him because you would be mortified.
I would be 100% mortified. Nice. Justin's violently shaking his head. Yes, I would be I would probably leave. I told him before we got engaged, I was like, if you propose to me in a public setting, I will say no and I will walk out immediately because I hate it. Anyways.
I love it.
That to me, that's a public setting. So, anyways. Moment in the sun. That's what gets me. He wanted his moment in the sun. Then go and have an engagement party, but before she starts showing, because you're gonna have to have a fucking shotgun wedding real quick if she's already pregnant.
The tea. Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Right. Or you better get a schmishmorshin.
Well, they're Southern Baptists. I don't think they're gonna get a schmishmorshin.
Well, I don't know. That's jury's out on that.
Jury's out, but it's fine.
Wow.
Well,
I'm somehow both. I'm like destroyed, but also
I feel like I need therapy after some of those stories.
I do. Yeah. I should call my therapist.
I'm still stuck on the guy shitting in the toilet seat. That one haunted me for several weeks after I read it.
You need to like bookmark that one and check back often.
Oh, here, I'll look right now and see if there's been an update.
Ever updates.
Some people do, some people don't. It's really
the update needs to be I left his ass.
Some of them
literally, I left his shitty ass.
Where is it? There it is.
His literal shitty ass. I left it.
Oh my God.
For him to, because if you live alone, fine. Poop on your toilet. Don't care. Whatever. Go for it.
Nope. She made no comments. Had no updates.
You know, it'd be really fun. You should reach out to some of these people and get them on the pod.
I'd be like, would you like to comment on the story you posted? Anything that
right. Insider interview with an internationally acclaimed podcast. Would you like to share your story?
They're like, what the fuck?
Would you like to clear your name?
They definitely won't listen when we read them to film. I mean, that's because we are doing that. For some of them, not all of them.
Sorry, not sorry.
Justin's forcing us to take another break.
We've been talking.
We've talked too much, so we're taking another break. We'll be right back with a Would You Rather. Okay, we are back.
Okay.
You ready for this? Would you rather?
Okay. Yeah.
What theme do you think it is? What do you think I did?
Well, you did Harry Potter not so long ago, so I'm guessing it's Star Wars.
You're correct.
Okay.
You know me so well. I felt like you and I both were going to be like, this episode is so bad, we have to do this.
Right.
So, I have quite a few questions for you. Would you rather? So, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be a Sith or a Jedi?
Probably contrary to popular belief, I would like to be a Jedi.
I think I would like to be a Jedi too. Mm-hmm. This one, Justin tried to fix this one, but I think it stands. Would you rather have force powers or a lightsaber? One or the other. You don't get both.
Well, so
I'd want the force powers, 100%.
Well, so you technically can, and you can't wield a lightsaber if you don't have force powers. So
that's what Justin said.
So I think I'd rather have a lightsaber though.
I want the Force powers. Would you rather have a single-bladed or a double-bladed lightsaber?
I'd rather have one in each hand. Two single in each hand.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a single, only because I have tried. Have you ever done like that with like a yardstick where you flip?
I have a double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. I feel like I would hurt myself trying to like twist it around.
You definitely, it's more acrobatic for sure to wield that. Yes.
Would you rather try to escape the Death Star trash compactors or Jabba the Hutt's Rancor pit? I think the Rancor pit. Yeah. The trash compactor would freak.
You don't really
I remember watching that as a kid and being like scared shitless.
You don't really have a choice there.
No, because you're gonna die. Jabba the Hutt, you won't die.
You can at least fight.
Would you rather work for Emperor Palpatine or Supreme Leader Snoke? I don't know who that was.
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, me too. The old guy. Yeah. All the way. Would you rather fight Darth Maul or Darth Vader?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm going to say Darth Vader.
I think that's what I would say too.
I feel like he's easier to kill.
Maybe.
Would you rather have Princess Leia's hair or Rey's hair?
Princess Leia.
I think I'm going to go Princess Leia. That's classic. Yeah. Classic.
The buns on the side.
Yeah, classic.
For sure.
Last one. You ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather hang out with Jar Jar Binks or C-3PO?
Oh, C-3PO.
Oh, I'd hang out with Jar Jar Binks.
Are you kidding me? A gay droid?
I would hang out with Jar Jar Binks. I loved Jar Jar Binks when that episode 1 came out. I was a huge fan. Wow. I don't know why. Just did. So I would hang out with Jar Jar Binks.
He's the most hated character.
Really?
Yeah. Like to the point that in some of the new like TV shows they've done, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, they like gave him this redeeming role of like a Jedi Master. That was like amazing. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but he like did something very, very important, and it was like them being like, "We know you play one of the most hated characters, so here's now a character where everyone will love you."
Loved Jar Jar Binks, but I was like 10 when it came out, so it was I'd hang out with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, well, flop Tina Turner.
And on that note, bringing it back full circle.
That's what we do here.
Well, kids, have a great day.
Call your therapist.
Quit
shitting on the back of the toilet.
If you need some good advice on maybe post on Reddit. Some of the comments are very appropriate.
Yeah, or ask us.
Yeah, or ask us right into us. We will happily let you know what we think.
Obviously.
If you've been here this long, we love to give our opinions. So, anyways, well, everyone, just stay tired
and petty.